Hi, I'm Rachel from the Chamber. On this episode of Western Chester County Checks In, we're headed into the Chester County Economic Development Council to talk about how they help businesses grow across our region. We spoke with Chris McHenry, the Vice President of Development Finance, about the mission and background of the Economic Development Council.
So Chester County Economic Development Council was founded in 1960 by a group of local businessmen as a way to try to develop business in a proper way and in a way that was conducive to maintaining the sense of place of Chester County. We now have about 43 employees. We are a private, not-for-profit, run by a board of business leaders and local businessmen.
Chris explains their industry partnerships.
Chester County Economic Development Council also runs a group of industry partnerships where we assist businesses in healthcare fields, in manufacturing, innovation technology, and we provide resources for them to have training for their employees at a discount, so it is not as expensive for them to stay current on things. We do an awful lot of networking between similar businesses and manufacturers through our two groups there. And a lot of these groups, there's 7 or 8 total different groups that we run. They'll focus on youth as well, youth awareness. Particularly, we hold events where we introduce middle school and high school girls. It's open to everybody, but the focus is on young girls that once you get involved in tech and STEM careers, because they are incredibly underrepresented in those careers. I think it's something like 2% of the workforce is female in that area.
We also met with Darlene Jenkins-Walls, the manager for entrepreneurial outreach and support, to discover how she connects businesses to growth opportunities.
The Business Resource Center is located in Coatesville, right on Lincoln Highway. We opened up this center to be able to provide a closer outreach to businesses in the Coatesville area, showing the impact of this center. When we first started, we were doing probably about 40 interviews. We're up to over 150 interviews right now of business owners that come into the center to ask questions about training, how do I get funding, is my business ideal feasible, and how can you help me get to my next step.
Darlene speaks to the importance of a support network to diverse early stage businesses.
A lot of times small business owners never ever had a seat at the table to be able to talk about what they can provide, their services, whether they could subcontract with a larger business. And the goal is to grow our communities. You know, when small businesses thrive, they're the first ones that will hire within the community. They're the advocates for those that have helped them get to the next level. So it's a beautiful, beautiful process from the beginning of the business to the end. And we are here to support every step of the way.
One way the CCEDC helps businesses grow is through the Catalyst Fund.
Under the Catalyst Fund, we are working towards what ARPA, the American Recovery Plan, called disadvantaged borrowers. So it's really focusing on young businesses, entrepreneurs starting businesses, minority-owned, women-owned, veteran-owned, or low-income areas, or people who have a business but live in a low-income area.
Chris tells us what is most rewarding about his work.
We're reaching borrowers that, for the most part, traditionally could not go to a bank and get these kind of commercial or business loans. They're more early stage. They may have had credit issues in the past. There may be a lack of collateral. And we can work with that and work on the structure and try to make that happen. But when you go to a closing, and then you hear back from a borrower 2, 3, 4 months down the line, and they call you, they tell you everything's going great and the business is wonderful, and you know, the income's up for that person. They can support their family better now, or they've hired other people, and you've taken that entrepreneur and you've given them the one thing they were missing to be able to become successful and self-supportive, and then they go out and they do it, and it's very satisfying work.
Many businesses have benefited from their guidance and support.
We've helped many businesses in Coatesville. One in particular is a gentleman that wanted to buy a van to promote his business in ice cream, right? And then we've helped businesses that now have strategic relationships. One is a business that actually started out with CPR, and now, as of this morning, she has been accepted by the American Red Cross to grow her business. This is very, very important for her, for subcontracting and building her business, not only in Chester County, but outside of Chester County. We've helped with equipment purchases. We've helped with businesses that reach out to youth mentoring. We've helped businesses that are now working in the restaurant industry.
Partnering with the CCEDC is so important to the Chamber.
The Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce is a perfect strategic partner for us. You know, with your membership that we have, these are future clients for a lot of our businesses that they were never ever exposed to. So it's very, very important for us to work in conjunction with our chambers and other strategic partners to make sure that we're covering all avenues for development for our businesses.
We thank CCEDC for having us out today. Join them on June 18th and June 19th for a business expo called Ignite, helping businesses grow. I'm Rachel from the Chamber. We'll see you next time.